Hi everyone, it's Kira and welcome back to the F-Series channel and happy F-Series Friday. So today's video is going to be all around building your very own Formula 1 team. I've asked the girls to go away and build their own Formula 1 team in terms of, you know, their drivers, their race engineers, their social media manager, their Sky Sports presenter, all things like that. We're going to come together today and talk through who we've picked. And let me just say, okay, I did have a sneaky peek earlier. And some of them, I just don't know what's going on. So before we get into the video, at Beth, yeah. Before we get into the video, if you do enjoy it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel down below, road to 1K. But yeah, are we ready to expose what we have actually built? Because they are very weird.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so the first thing I want to know quite simply is your first and second drivers that you're going to have in your team. Not as in like your second driver, but just the two drivers you're going to have in your team.
I'll go.
No one. Good start.
Driver number 1, I've picked George Russell, and driver number 2, I've picked Pierre Gasly.
Oh, that's a good team. I would have had that team. That's a very good one. Any reasoning other than you just love them?
My reason, well, George is like Mercedes' future, and as I said in the video previously and in Steph's Stick or Twist, I think Pierre and George would work really well together. So that's my reasoning.
Oh wow, we're doing a great job of moving on to everyone else.
Someone just move on.
I'll go. Okay, so my first driver is Lewis Hamilton, obviously statistically the most successful driver in Formula 1 and arguably still very much in his prime and on the way to his 8th World Championship. So Lewis Hamilton, driver number 1, and then I'm going to have Jenson Button because I still want a world champion in my lineup, but I feel like he's I don't, no disrespect to Jenson whatsoever, but I feel like he's a quieter world champion, not one of the, you know, ones that's going to cause a lot of drama.
Yeah,
because I don't want drama in my team. And they've also been, yes, at Alonso. Yes, interesting what's to come. But yeah, Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton have already worked together, and they worked quite well. There was a few incidents, but I think they were good teammates and brought out some good moments in each other. So I think I'd like to resurrect that teammate.
Yeah, I also have got JB in my team for pretty much the same sort of reasons. Really good driver, really versatile, and not likely to kind of cause too much drama. And alongside him, I have put in Daniel Ricciardo because
I love that.
Honestly, that pairing I think would just be amazing. Daniel, Jensen, going to be spicy on track and amazing off track as well.
Go on, Beth.
So I just want to give some context. I filled this out at like 10 o'clock after a very busy day at work, and now I'm looking at my choices and So I took driver number 1 as our good friend Rubens Barrichello. And then I put driver number 2 as Carlos Sainz. So how am I going to work my way out of this? Rubens, I just think, is a really nice lad. And he'd just be there. He would just pull out the performance. You know, he's a good... If you need a number 2 driver, you'd be like, Rubens, will you do this for me? And he'd be like, no bother. Say no more. I will do it for you. So I think that was my reason behind Rubens. And also, he's just a great guy, and I would go to the pub for a pint with him. And then my second driver, Carlos Sainz, is just because I've got a lot of faith in Carlos Sainz. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think he's going to be better than Charles at Ferrari. Hopefully this is not going to come around and bite me in the bum.
It is.
But
it is.
I think they would be a great driver. Beef, honestly, when I saw that and Elliot saw that, he was like, does she even know anything about Barrichello? Like, does she?
She's picked a good number 2 driver.
Because of my fan. Come on, guys.
Well, that's Beth's, which is a mess. I have chosen Lewis Hamilton and Pierre Gasly. I didn't really think too deep into this. I wasn't thinking about anybody that's... Obviously, we know Lewis is amazing, and we also know Pierre's a good driver, but I wasn't even thinking of, like, you know, drivers that are really good. I just thought of the 2 people I want in my team, and that's exactly what I picked. No reasoning really behind it. Next, we're going to move on to who you think you'd like to be your reserve driver, and also what engine you would like. I'll go first. I have said Nick de Vries as my reserve driver. I think Nick de Vries is a very strong driver with a lot of experience. He's done a lot of different racing, whether being in Formula 2 champion, whether doing Formula E, whether doing WEC. He has done loads, and I feel like he would be very good as a reserve driver, just be able to step in. He also has ties with Mercedes. He's not actually a reserve driver for them, but he can step in if needed. So I would have Nick de Vries, and for my engine I would have the Mercedes 2019. I don't know why, quite simply, I just had a good vibe in 2019. Obviously we know Mercedes were very strong in 2019 as well, so I just think the engine was good, so I just have that one. Thank you.
My reserve driver, I put Callum Ilott, just for the fact that I want him to have the justice he deserves for not getting that Haas seat.
Hannah, is that you?
Well, Hannah's in the video. I have to bring out the Hannah energy because, you know, she's not in this video, so I thought this would be the perfect time to bring the Hannah energy out. But yeah, I'm choosing Callum Ilott because justice for Callum, my poor little baby.
Oh, engine.
Oh, my engine. Oh, yeah.
Engine. Don't forget about your engine. You need one of those.
So I chose the Honda V10 just because I said to Elliot, when was McLaren really good and why did it So Elliot chose the engine.
Elliot chose
okay.
This is Elliot's team, really.
No one is going to be surprised at the fact I have got super sub Nico Hülkenberg as my reserve driver. I think we all know why. He's so adaptable, can jump right in. He's obviously a very talented driver, so I've got him. And for my engine, I'm being very unenvironmentally friendly. And this is purely from a sound perspective. I don't even know how good they were, but a nice like a 90s V12 engine. I mean, let's just kill the environment.
Any one of them.
I don't get which one.
I have gone with Alonso as my reserve driver because I think he's good at jumping in. I was going to go with Hulk for the reasons Dorney just stated about he's very adaptable.
But you can't both have them on your team.
Well, I can.
You and Charlotte both have Pierre Gasly.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, but then I was like, do you know what? I don't think Hulk could be the best adaptable person I could get in my team. So who is the best one that I could have? And I've landed on Fernando Alonso. I think it could cause a bit of a stir because we know Alonso and Lewis didn't really have a great relationship, so I'm not really sure how that would work. But yeah, I said what I said, I've done what I've done, and we're moving on. So the engine that I went for is the 2019 Ferrari, because I like the illegalities. It was just fast, it went zoom zoom, it was a good engine, even though it was illegal, so there was nothing in the rules about having illegal engines, so therefore, let's move on.
Yeah, Steph loves the bad boy, so she's gone for the Ferrari engine. My reserve driver, I agree with Dorney, I went with Dork.
What is it?
Oh wow! Our new ship name for Dorney and Hulk. Dog, love that. I went for Hulk because of what Dorney said is that he's really adaptable, and I think we all would just love some more Hulk in Formula 1. We all say it wasn't his time to go, and I won't be surprised if he just continues popping up here, there, and everywhere because it's just not his time to go. And then engine, I just put Mercedes 2020 because honestly, I don't know naught about engines, but what I do know is the W11 was fast. So that's why I've gone for Mercedes 2020.
Your team is a mess. Halfway through. Okay, so moving on is more to the fun side of things. We have got your livery that you've chosen and your team principal. Take it away.
I went for the 98 McLaren. I mean, every time someone asks what my favourite livery is, I always choose that. I just love the silver on it. And my team principal, of course, I have chosen Toto Wolff because he is...
Your favourite man ever.
Yeah, he's just a lovely man. Yeah.
I have gone for an early 90s McLaren. You know when they had the black and the white and the Marlboro sponsorship?
Yeah.
One of those ones. I think those were good. I'm not glorifying smoking. That's bad. But I do think that was a very livery.
Yeah.
So we're going with that. And for my team principal, I'm going with Ross Brawn. Team principal of Brawn, GP. Because he was only a team principal for a year and he managed to carry his team to a world championship. So I think that's pretty good.
I'd take it. I'm also going to take the Brawn livery, the 2009 livery. I saw a concept livery of that on the like modern day cars and I just thought it looked beautiful. So I'll be having that livery. And I've put Otmar as my team principal because I think he's quite good at... He's literally been like so good at kind of getting that team up, and they've not had the most resources and they've not had the best drivers, but he has managed to like coordinate them really well and also like negotiate Seb in. I think he's an underdog. Yeah.
I think he's very funny in interviews as well. If he doesn't want to answer you, he's not going to give you an answer.
Oh my god, when all the Sebastian and Checo thing went around and they were trying to ask him on interviews and he was like, I don't know anything about it. No.
He just refused to comment. For my team principal, I have put Claire Williams, mainly because I miss her. And you know me, I've got to have some female representation somewhere. And I think over time, she would have really helped to try and bring Williams back to where we hope they will all be. Obviously, we know the situation with Williams being bought out, etc., and her choosing to step away. But I think she did a lot more for the team than people actually give her credit for. And I would just love to have that female representation in my team. And then livery-wise, I was like, okay, if you know me, liveries don't work with my brain. I'm like, car, love that. But the 2018 Force India, I think it's dead nice, and also it's pink. And the fact that we don't have a pink livery on the grid this year actually really grates me, mainly because everyone's blue. And I'm like, we need some colour. So I'm doing a bit for everyone else.
And there's no yellow either.
Yeah, no pink, no yellow.
All the colours.
So I'm doing bits and I'm having a pink livery for you all. You're welcome.
I respect that.
I like that. Well, I think mine is personally even more colourful, and it is the Benetton 186. Now, this livery to me, I don't know what it is because I was never around when it was driving, but when I look at prehistoric liveries, I love it. It's just white, it's got this splash of colour everywhere. What did I say?
Prehistoric!
It's got cavemen in her F1 cars.
Sorry. We're a mess in this video, okay? I like the Benetton 186, it's very colourful. But if not, I'd have like a Lotus or something like that, you know, the black and gold, not the Haas.
Nice.
But I love the black and gold from before. And team principal, I would either have Andreas Seidel because I believe he's brought up McLaren so much and he's such a calming character. I just think
so
McLaren's
wholesome.
great.
That man
He's
is
so wholesome, isn't he? But even more wholesome, personally, is Franz Tost, the Alpha Tauri team principal. I just love him. I love you, Franz. I don't know what it is. You're just amazing. I absolutely love him. But moving on from that, we're going into the technical side of things, and I want to know your race engineer and your strategist.
I said Jarv.
Yeah.
For race engineer because I really miss him on Lando's radio. And strategist, I said James from Mercedes. I don't know his last name.
Valtteri, it's James.
Yeah,
James
from
Allison.
Mercedes because I just love the Valtteri. It's James. That's why.
That's the only reason. Is that his full name? It's not actually James. His full name is Valtteri. It's James. Well, race engineer. I didn't actually know his guy's name, but I was like, I need a calming influence in my team because, as we already have seen, my team is a mess. So we need someone to keep it all together. So I put whoever Kimmy's engineer is. I need that calm energy in my life because whenever Kimmy's kicking off, his engineer is just so calm.
True.
And I just need that energy. And then strategist. I actually have taken Ross Brawn from his Benetton days and his Ferrari days because he is given a lot of the credit towards Michael Schumacher's World Championships, and I'm like, this team is on the struggle bus, so can I have Ross Brawn, please? Thank you.
You can.
Hashtag
your
F1
team is
struggle.
on the struggle bus. I have gone with Bono because Bono is a calming guy, and if he can calm down Lewis Hamilton when Lewis is on one, then I think he can calm me down as well. So he can be my race. Bono is a race engineer, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
He
Not
is.
me getting confused. Yeah, and then for my strategist, I went with Randy Singh from McLaren because I think recently McLaren have been doing bits, especially with their strategy. The moment I think of is the fact that they didn't bring Carlos Sainz into the pits in Monza. when Lewis Hamilton went to the pits and Carlos Sainz was right behind him.
Oh, yeah.
You have big brain, so thanks for not making the same mistake that Mercedes did. I don't want a Mercedes strategist at the minute. The whole Sakir incident, the Russia incident, there was just too much going on, so I'm sorry, Mercedes. I've been disappointed with you. I'm going with McLaren on this one.
My race engineer, the person that I want talking to me down the radio, is whoever that Carlin engineer is that did the F2 radio with Jay Handruvla when he's literally like, just drive fast. Like
they I'm
not going to give you an
update. Carlin.
I'm not giving you an update. Just drive
Apparently
fast.
they like scream and shout at each other like down the pit lane. Apparently like when you're down there, they're just shouting and swearing at each other.
That's what I want in my life. And then my strategist, I might not pronounce this right, but is it Ruth Buscombe, who is one of the senior strategists at Alpha, because a bit of women representation in a male or a kind of typically male world ain't gonna not.
It's not a bad thing.
Wow.
I like them.
This one's been a mess.
I like them. For race engineer, I've either gone with Simon Rennie because I think he worked really well with Daniel Ricciardo back in the day. Back in the day, wasn't that long ago. And also with Alex Albon this year. Prehistoric. I just think Simon Rennie is such a cool character. He's so good. He knows what he's talking about. I just feel comfortable when I listen to him. But another person is Pierre Hamelin, which is Pierre Gasly's race engineer at Toro Rosso. Can you remember the turn 4 driver swap, turn 4 driver swap with Brendan and Pierre? That you will know him. If you know that, you know that's Pierre. I just think he's great. I just love his voice. I love him. That's what I'd say about him.
Well, you have to pick one, so which one are you going to pick?
I probably would have to have Simon Rennie, so I think if I'm thinking like properly, I'd have Simon. And strategist, I'm going to go with Randy Singh. I think Randy is amazing. I think Randy's got.
I thought you meant you were going to be the strategist then, and I was like, good choice.
No,
good choice.
I'm not having Steph anywhere near my strategy. But Randy Singh, I think he gets it right every time. He's amazing. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. Now moving next on to more of our side of things. I think this is one of my favourite duos that I've put together. And that is, who would you have as your social media manager and your F2 rookie? Now I'll start first, and I would have the MP Motorsport admin, which is Lois. She is really good at running the MP account, and she's brought them up so far in the last 10 months. She interacts with all the right people. I feel like I would trust her to run my social media for my team. And my F2 rookie, I'm going to have Oscar Piastri, which I can class, because it's now 2021, I can class him as an F2 driver. And he's an F2 rookie, and I would like to bring him up. Like, if that's my rookie of choice, I've just got a soft spot for Oscar Piastri, so I'll have him.
Yeah. I put Yuri Vips for my F2 rookie, because he's now in F2. Don't know why, just like Yuri. I think because of where I've seen him in Formula Regional, and then obviously he went into F2 to fill that seat, I want to pick him. And my social media manager, I put Helen from McLaren, because I love her. I literally want her job, so yeah, I put Helen because I trust her.
Helen, you're good in my team, so I can have your job. Team. Yeah.
Oh, go.
Whoa,
yeah,
I was ready, Steph, okay? Social media manager, I've put Mercedes 2020, because I think Mercedes are just bringing up their game. Like,
is it not Dan? Or am I making that up? Am I called Dan?
I don't know, but I put Mercedes.
You don't know, you definitely don't know.
Because they're really slowly bringing it up, and I would say they're almost on the same level as Aston Martin for their Twitter at the moment. So I just look at them, I'm like, wait, did Mercedes actually tweet that? Oh my god, love that for them. And then for my F2 rookie, Christian Lundgaard, I said this recently in our Chasing the Dream review, so if you've not gone and checked that out yet, go and watch that. I didn't realise how good a first year in Formula 2 Christian Lundgaard had. And then
I've tried to tell you all year, but you weren't listening.
And I was like, oh my god, you know what? Christian is class. And I'm really excited to see him hopefully battle for the title this year. So yeah, I would have Christian Lundgaard, and purely because, well, Alpine aren't giving him a drive anytime soon. So at least I'll try and give him a drive, because with my drivers, anything can bloody happen.
Same with Oscar. You can come to my team. Alfie not giving him a seat.
Okay, mine's on the same wavelength. My F2 rookie is GL, Jean-Luc Petkov. This might be a bit of a risk, considering he was literally just in Formula Regional. So bringing him up to F1 might be a bit big. And just like Ferrari dropping him, I'm going to pick him up. So he's going to be mine. And what was the other one that I'm doing right now?
Social media.
You're doing, social media manager.
Oh, yeah, RP, Racing Point admin from 2020. I think they were. Chef's kiss. They won internet's social media championship. Social media championship, I think.
Well,
yeah,
so.
only just because Mercedes almost caught up.
Almost.
Well, still, I'm winning.
They definitely won 2019 though. Definitely.
Consistency is key.
Well, I am going to go and ruin your teams and steal some people. So I will be stealing Christian Lundgaard off Beth.
Mate, my team is rubbish to begin with. Why are you taking my only good thing?
Because he's
Wow,
a good thing.
sucks to be Carlos Sainz and Rubens Barrichello right now.
So I'll be stealing Christian from Beth, and I will be stealing the Racing Point admin from 2020 from Steph, because their tweets are just next level.
They are. True. Fair enough. I like that. Now we've got two more. These are the two final things that are going to complete our Formula 1 team. The first thing is your Sky Sports F1 presenter. We know we've got a handful of them now. We've got at least over 10 of them. So pick you one. There's 13 of them. She knows. She knows. So you've got one of those to pick from, and your title sponsor. Now this doesn't have to be a title sponsor. It can just be a sponsor you would like as your title sponsor.
Well, I got told off last night when I asked this question because I wanted FSeries to be my title sponsor so we could have a pink
We're not
car,
sponsors, love.
so we could have a pink car on the track. But no,
We are, Charlotte, we're students. We don't have any money to be sponsoring these F1 teams.
I mean,
Give us a
you
few
didn't
years.
tell me that you were building this now. But no, I changed my mind. I'm not promoting smoking, like Steph said, but I want the West cigarettes to come back because obviously on that livery that I chose, I absolutely love that, and I just loved it on the side, like how big it was on the side, so I would want that. And my Sky Sports pundit, see, I put Ted because I love Ted's notebook so much, but now I'm thinking when Natalie Pinkham came in and covered for the weekend, I actually want to choose Natalie because I just love her and I think she's amazing, and she's a female, so bonus point.
So for my Sky Sports pundit, I had to put King Ted. I love that man with so much of my being. He just cracks me up. I really love his insights as well. He's not just there like as a joke like Crofty is. And like Charlotte said, I love his notebook. If I thought about it, maybe I would also possibly have Nico Rosberg. Nico Rosberg should be on the Sky Sports team permanently, and that is the team. I love that man. Him when he's in the commentary box with Karoon and Crofty and Paul di Resta, and he's telling them all to shut up. That is the energy I need.
They're going to have a fight. Someone's going to get chucked out the window.
Exactly, it'll be good telly. So, and title sponsor, I literally put Rolex because dollar bills. My team is already a mess. Let's just throw a load of money into it. Oh my god, have I made the Haas team?
literally just thinking that.
It's a big mess, but I've put a load of money in it and hope it will be okay. So that's what I've done.
Good golly. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to have him, but I've got Nico Rosberg as my Sky Sports presenter because I just think he's got so much recent insight and can totally just pick apart. Don't know which interview it was, but he was like talking with one of the drivers after the race.
I think it was Carlos.
Yeah, and just identified the problem straight away. And it's just...
And Carlos was like, no.
Definitely not. And I think having that really recent knowledge and kind of relaying it to the fans and putting it into a context that the fans can understand is so helpful. And then for my title sponsor, everyone knows that I am the mental health and wellbeing ambassador of FSeries. So I would love to see Mind as the title sponsor. They're obviously sponsor McLaren, but I think having them as a title sponsor would be such an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, that would be lovely. I've not gone with that. I went with Martini as my sponsor. You know when they sponsored Williams?
Yeah.
I love the stripes. I don't think they'd work with the livery that I chose, but just... Oh no. I've made a
We
terrible
don't actually have to put
error.
it together.
No, because that's exactly why I want them. I like the stripes.
Okay, well it's fine. We're not actually making this. We ain't got any money, love.
True. Okay, I went with Martini because I like the stripes. And for my Sky Sports presenter... Who did I go with? Martin Brundle, because I love him. He's just the voice of Formula One. Like, Crofty wasn't... I mean, I know everyone says that Murray Walker is, but for me, it's Martin Brundle, because he's been doing it for however long I've been listening. So
Why not?
he's just a bit iconic. I love Martin. He's going to be my person.
Lovely. I love Martin as well. Now, I did say Ted Kravitz because I think he is just... I was going to call him a crackhead. You know what I mean? He's got that crackhead energy. Not actually a crackhead, you know what I mean? I just love his vibes. I think he's amazing. Obviously, I'd like Nat as well, but everyone said these people, so I'm going to say Paul di Resta. I know people are very touch and go with Paul di Resta, but I love his insight. I love him in the comms box. I love what he has to say. Similar to Karoom, but I think I would probably pick Paul over him. Paul di Resta is amazing. That man just talks and knows everything, and I'm so in awe of him. I can't wait for testing.
Beth, I actually can't believe you said that.
Let's go to her because
Paul has the nicest little
so
Scottish
good.
accent that just soothes
Sorry,
you as well.
he can't say Ocon properly. What do you want me to do?
That's a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Ocon. But seriously though, I love watching testing purely for the fact I can listen to Paul di Resta all day, and I know it sounds so weird, but I just love what he's got to say. So that's what I'm going to say for my Sky
So
Sports
basically,
selector.
Kira needs a podcast done by Paul di Resta.
With Paul di Resta, or
would be
about with
great.
him in it. And my title sponsor, I'm going to say Canon. I want Canon back. I think they're so simplistic and so Formula 1, and I just love the way that they were on liveries. And I miss you, Canon.
Canon
So,
sponsor.
Kira broke her camera. She needs a
Oh, I have
new
also
camera.
broken my Canon camera. So Canon, if you're watching, my lens is stuck open. So fix it.
New
'cause I got
camera.
to pay for it. So there we have it. That is it for today's F-Series video, and those are our Formula 1 teams and who we would choose to be in our teams. If you do agree or disagree, let us know in the comment section below. Build your own team in the comments if you really want to, and we would love to see who you pick for certain things. Have you girls enjoyed that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I want is
Yeah.
you guys to tell us who is the best in the comments.
Yeah,
It's
who's
me.
the
Yes.
Not
best
mine.
It's me.
I will no longer be participating.
So
in
it's out of
F-Series.
me, Steph, Dawny and Charlotte, basically.
Yeah, Beth.
So-
And also make your own team in our fantasy league, which will also be in the
Yes.
description below.
Before the season starts, our fantasy league will be in the comments if you want to join, and let's see who wins at the end. I say prizes at the end. I don't know about you, but I think we can win. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and we will see you again next week for another F-Series Friday. Goodbye.